Good morning, everyone. I figured I'd bring you down and let you say hi to my tired boy. And there's Lukey Duke. He's sleeping. He's not a morning dog. He gets up with us, begrudgingly, and then he finds another bed. But there he is. He's sound asleep. Poor little guy. He's tired in the morning. Oh, I think he just opened an eye. Hey, Luke. Can you say hi? Can you say hi this morning? Nope. He's not interested in moving. He's a tired boy. So anyways, yes, there's Lukey Duke. Figured I'd give you guys a good morning to Luke. All right, get you out to the kitchen here and we'll start reading. Today is Wednesday. I'm gonna flip you guys around. Yeah, hold on. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys. You're flipped. I'll get you set up, kind of. So I hope everybody is well. I'm gonna get you guys plugged in. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of July. Or at least that's what we call it. That's what we call it. All right. Now let me see. Back you up. I think that might work. What do you guys think? So, yeah, it's Wednesday. You guys haven't seen me since last Thursday. I have been a busy, busy girl. You know, it came off cool. The days are still beautiful, but the nights are getting cool, and the mornings are cool, and that made us think it's time to get things ready for fall. And so that's what we've been doing. I just got my canning room all situated so that I can do some canning, because it's that time, really. And we've got wood that we've got to get put up, and yeah, stuff that we've got to get done for winter, because it's already the end of July. And so, yeah, it's that time of year again. The spring and the summer goes by so fast, it's crazy. I'm getting a sip of my coffee, hold on. All right, so a lot's been going on, apparently. I don't know, I've been busy, but people have been telling me a lot's been going on. I do know that the story of the Russia collusion hoax is breaking, and there's a lot being said about Obama and team. So somebody did ask me if I would do a reading to see if Obama was going to be the first arrest, which that would be wording it wrong, because we've been seeing arrests of well-known people and judges, and, you know, the P. Diddy stuff and things like that. So I just need to think of a way to word that question, and I will. And we're going to look at that today. But first, the last time I talked to you folks, I told you all about watching an event here in my state where the people turned very angry and looked their faces contorted, and they were just very angry, and they didn't look, it was rageful. It's hard to explain, but I think most of you guys understand. The minute God's name was mentioned at this event. So what I want to do is, you all know that I believe, in my humble opinion, that sometimes people aren't driving their own vessel, right? And that's why I always make it really clear that we always, always, always make our decrees, and only that which has our highest and greatest good for intentions only and always are welcome here, right? And then only the truth and only love, because these entities can't fake love. They really can't. And if you get accustomed with real feelings and not ego feelings, you can really feel the difference. You can feel the difference. But often I think people that are lashing out badly aren't driving their own ship. Something else is driving it. And so I'm hot flashing. Let me take off my flannel. Jeez, I tell you. Oh, all right. Gotta love those hot flashes. So, yeah, I want to peek into that just a little bit. We're also going to look at Obama. All right, I did a reading on Obama, quite a few years ago. And I got that he was taken care of. And we know that this is all a military operation, and we know that things that happened in the past are finally being disclosed to us in the future, right? Put out in a way so that people understand what happened. But people that were committing crimes were already, a lot of them were already dealt with, captured, made to behave a particular way, do a particular thing, were being controlled. You know what I'm saying. So we got that he was taken care of a long time ago. I did a reading on him a long time ago, you guys. So, but we're going to look at the world stage, right? What's unfolding on the world stage when we ask about him, to see what the public will be seeing in these days to come. So the first thing I want to do is tell you all not to follow any links or emails in the comment section of the channels soliciting you for anything. That would probably be scammers. Don't do it. Also, always be careful about following links anyways. That's how they spread viruses. That's how they hack your phone. Be really careful about links. All right, and then next, the healing intentions are obviously set for you folks, as per the usual. If you want them, decree it for your highest and greatest good only and always. And go ahead and just allow that to integrate the body. But it's really good, you guys, to get into the habit of always making your decrees and setting a very clear boundary into your intentions. And that's why we were just talking about it, because, you know, we don't want to be inviting in things that we don't want to be inviting in. And we don't want to allow for anything to be coming into our auric field and then, you know, influencing us, overlaying upon us, driving our ship for us, right? So, okay. First thing I want to do is ask for the energy that we're looking at here. As it is, it's the day that we call Wednesday. It's the date that we call the 23rd. And, you know, we have about another week left to the month. Let me just take a peek at something. Oh. We have a week and a day left to the month. So I just want to take a peek at the overall energy for the rest of what we call the month of July. Please and thank you. True story with one card. Just show us the energy that we're looking at for the last week and one day of this month that we call July, in this year that we call 2025. Please and thank you. So I'm just going to shuffle them up, get a little reading over the overall energy that we're looking at, the collective energy of what's driving the events and the collective and the weather patterns, all of that, the overall energy. So let's see. Please and thank you. True story, one card. What's the energy, overall energy? Please and thank you. We'll give them a cut. I hope you're all well. Oh, the overall energy that we're looking at is a really good one, you guys. It's the healer. Rejoice. great healing coming to the earth plane, birthing new things, good stuff. So that's our overall energy that's driving everything right now. That's the energy that's driving our weather patterns, things that are playing out, the collective. So whether it feels it or not, rejoice, because this is the energy that's driving everything right now. It's a great healing of the earth plane, and birthing new things onto the earth plane with that Empress. And you know, it's interesting that they bring us that, because here in my state, my favorite month to look at has always been July, because it's so lush, it's so green, everything's bloomed, you know. The undergrowth is up, wildflowers are everywhere, the leaves are big, full, and green. It's just a really pretty time of year. The sky has a particular look to it. The days are fairly long, lots of sun and blue. It's just really nice. And we got that overall look early this year. It looked like July in June. So even the 1st of June, it really did look like July. It was full, it was lush, it was pretty. And I had worried, actually. I'd been like, oh, we got this early, I hope that we don't lose it, you know, and have it looking not like this come July. But no, it stayed lush and green and beautiful all through June and all through July, and it's still looking pretty nice. Usually in August we start to see things shift. The days are getting shorter, and the undergrowth will start to go down, and just everything starts to shift. The look of things looks much different in August. But no, it's still very green and pretty, so that's interesting. But yeah, the Empress brings great healing to the earth plane, and she births new things, so rejoice. She also has a wonderful connection with the heavens, and yeah, we couldn't ask for a better card. You know, this is healing, abundance, birthing new things. You know, the earth being abundant. So that we couldn't ask for a better card to be the overall energy that's moving us forward right now. So rejoice with that 3. That's also the Trinity, don't forget. So, all right, so now let's take a look. What I'd like to know, a true story. Only the truth is welcome here. I want a true story. Just a 7-card spread. We won't get into it too deeply. But when I was watching that video the other day, it really felt to me the amount of rage that was coming forth from people when when the word God got mentioned, and when prayer began to happen. The rage and the contortion on these people's faces looked to me like they, possibly, you know, they looked like they were losing their light, void of some light, and that love vibration that they always claim that they're carrying, right? The caring, and they seem so hateful, though, through their love and caring. It seems very dark to me, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm not sticking labels on anybody. I'm just here seeking some understanding of this group of people that call themselves all-inclusive and so loving and so caring, and the ultimate humanitarian, and, you know, righteous fighters for righteous causes. And they always have the most hateful things to say, and their faces get very contorted and angry and rageful when, you know, when prayer begins, or when people try to start talking to them logically about facts. I mean, it just seems to me, in my humble opinion, that they're not driving their own ship, that possibly something a little darker and more negative in energy has influenced these people, whether they know it or not, right? So I would like to know my feelings around that they've somehow attracted themselves some negative entities or energies, and that when the demeanor becomes hateful and their faces contort that way, am I correct that a lot of these people are being driven by something darker, by either a dark energy or a dark entity? Could you just give me a yes or no, please? With one card. Whoops, that was a really crappy shuffle, you guys. We'll do one more and we'll cut them. Yes or no, please or thank you. Are these people, when they get so angry and they look so contorted, when speaking of, when they hear the word God or prayer, is that because they're being driven by a darker entity or energy that is influencing them? Please and thank you. Yeah, they are. That would be my yes. That would be my yes, they are. That's really sad. Oh, I was just hoping maybe they were just traumatized and acting out. But no, I'm getting that they're being driven by a dark energy or entity. It's not surprising, because that's always been, like, I've seen things overlay on people with my own eyes. I know that, I've seen people's faces change into something that's not them, unrecognizable. So it doesn't really surprise me, but it does sadden me. And some people can see it clearly. Some people can see that dark influence over people clearly, and some people can't. And that's just, but yeah, they're definitely under the influence of manipulation and darker energies. And it's sad. To me, that's sad. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that back in. I'm just going to let them tell us whatever they want to around that with a 7-card spread. Just give them the opportunity to say whatever they want around that. And then we're going to get into the Obama stuff. So before I go on to Barack Obama, can you go ahead and just, is there anything that you would like to say to all of us regarding some of these people having very negative energies and dark entities influencing their behaviors and, driving their ship? I'll do that in a 7-card spread. You can give us a pathway and a little story, just in case there's anything that you would like us to hear from you, please and thank you. I'll do one more shuffle, and I'll cut them 3 times. We have some fast moving energy there. That's interesting. All right, so here's our hope, you guys. Oh, let me put them up so you can see them. I don't have the camera quite right, I guess. I never get it the same. Never, ever. Let me just move it a little tiny bit this way, because I don't want to be, I want to be able to reach the cards. Let me get a sip of my coffee while it's still hot. he has a little hope. So let's start with the pathway, you guys. So there is a vibration of love with that Six of Swords that's moving humanity out of these bumpy waters, lifting vibration, going into smoother sailing. There are people doing the heavy lifting, you know, the hard work, trying to help humanity in this way. So rejoice, because this is something that isn't just happening for some. This is something that is happening for everybody on the world plane, right? This is something that is happening for everyone, the communities all over the world, because that's our pentacles. And this is a war. This is a battle. And so we know that it's a war between the dark and the light. And this is a war and it's a battle. But with this pathway, you guys, this battle that's being fought from the perspective of saving humanity and helping to lift vibration and move people into a healthier emotional state too. Because always remember that water is emotions. And so we're stuck in these bumpy waters right now, right? We're not quite into the smooth ones. But that's emotions. So helping move humanity into a more emotionally healthy place, helping lift vibration because we have those swords, right? And pulling in that love vibration. So it's a battle, but it's being done with the best of intentions on this side of things, passionately, to bring this type of healing in to ordinary folk around the world, right? And what they're telling us here with the story that goes with this is that the energy that is driving the story, the energy that goes with this war that moves humanity into a better place, a more loving place, a more emotionally healthy place, a higher vibrational place. It's fast moving. So it's not something that's going to take forever, because this energy is coming in strong and fast with that 8, which is infinity. That's our heavens. That's God. That's a very high vibrational, also an abundant number. And it's moving quickly all about the world, right? All about the world. Not just here, not just where you guys are, but this is an overall quick moving energy around the world that is helping to drive people into a better place. This is a battle, though. It's a battle that's been going on for a long time. This battle over people for a long time. But this is passionate and fiery and courageous. And there's a lot of good stuff here because we have good cards on either side of it. So we have true warriors moving mountains and literally doing battle for us, humanity, to move us out of troubled water. We have this fast moving energy that is this highly spiritual, fast-moving energy that is working with this love vibration to get us to this better place, not just some, but all communities. And this has been fought hard for us all over the world, right? So hold on a little longer. Obviously, hold on to keeping yourself balanced emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, keeping your animals and your home and your family the best that you can, balanced with your needs met. Hold on, because this war is going on, right? It's at the top of us, so it's not over yet, but it's a quick moving war that's actually helping humanity the world over. And we've had many victories. So that love vibration, again, is giving us many victories in the physical right? So the day-to-day journey. So hold on. We can see there's a lot of victories in the day-to-day journey. Many victory laps. So hang on, because the proof is there in the victory laps. And we have more coming, right? So about the world, this war has been going on and we're winning. Victory laps. So let's just let them have a couple more cards. But they want us to know, there's hope. So people might be having their ships driven in a particular way right now. But this is a war that's been going on for humanity for a long time. But we have all these spiritual numbers that are winning, So we have this love vibration that's moving, not just some, but all out of these troubled waters, and it's been long fought for. And it's a massively quick moving energy, under that vibration of 8, the world over, that's helping to move us out, helping these communities. It's also helping us to hang on. If you look at this across, right? So the way this energy is coming in quickly, it's actually been helping us, even though it's been a war, to move us out of troubled waters the world over. It's come in fast, but it's also working to create balance so that we can stay holding on as best as we can. In other words, it's not coming in a destructive way that would just shake everyone to their core and crumble everything. It's coming in a way so that it's helping us so that we don't suffer too much. And again, that's because of love and caring. And that in itself is a victory, that we've been able to hold on through this, right? So let's see what else they want to say. Just a few more cards, and then we'll get on to Obama. One more shuffle. Is our alliance. This is all just really divinely and heavenly guided, okay? When you see this spreading out over a little story that they're telling us about how we actually are winning against this darker energy and these dark entities, and things are being done a particular way to help move humanity into a higher vibration, a healthier emotional state, the world over, and that the energy has been done in a way, and this war has been fought in a way that also helps us keep as balanced and hanging on as best as we can. Might not always be easy, but it could be worse, right? So we have our alliance card that comes in, who's really big on balance. That's our Emperor. He's the doer to create the healing that creates balance upon whatever it is that he's doing. But that's my alliance card. And so that's overlapping the world, that's overlapping the war, that's overlapping the energy that also comes into the communities, okay? So the alliance has been very careful in how they have gone about the business of battling this war the world over, moving the energy in quick enough, right, so that it can make some sort of an impact to help move us out of these troubled waters, but also keeping that balance there for the communities, so that the communities don't get overwhelmed. So the communities, because that's under this card, right? The communities can hold on and maintain balance, right? Okay, so that's part of the story. And then, the Alliance has been very victorious in this war. They've had many victory laps, okay? Right? So they have been victorious in this war with many victory laps. They consider it a victory that they've been able to keep us as balanced physically as they have on this earth plane. So they consider it a victory that, this is our earthly pleasures. that all of the banks haven't collapsed all at once and things like that, to keep that balance, to keep these communities. Let me just move this for a minute so that I don't have to keep doing it. To keep these communities able to keep hanging on. And not only do they consider all of that victory, but they also, with this card, you know, they've been saving kids from communities. They've been saving, you know, everything that this card represents. So with the sun, that would be gold. So they've been victorious in getting the gold. They've been victorious in saving the children out of certain communities. They've been victorious in saving communities, whether you realize it or not. They've been victorious in with the sun, it's like you have this abundance, but it's an abundance of everything, right? So they've been victorious, I would say, in probably saving some land, some crops, things like that would also go hand in hand with that sun card, right? So then we look at that and maintaining all of this balance, right? And then we look at that and we come down. They've been victorious in shining a light on what's underneath particular communities that do what? Mess with kids. They've been victorious in shining a light in the money systems, the lower vibrations, the depression, the sadness, the chaos here on the earth plane. They're shining a light on all of that. They're shining a light on the gold, the banks, the children, the communities. They're also shining a light on the war, and they would be shining a light on the alliance. So they're feeling pretty good about things. So this is a great time to be alive. They're really working to create change and shine a light on things for people to see. And with that hermit guiding us, you guys, that light shining, also ending this cycle of what? War, and ending a cycle of humanity being so downtrodden that they can't even look up and see the truth in front of them. Ending a cycle of the way the money system has worked, and ending a cycle of what's done with children and how people make money off of children and whatnot. I would say we're doing pretty good. The light is being shown, and they're letting us know this has been an ongoing war. We've been very victorious the world over, but that light is shining there to wake people up. So a lot of people will come out from under the dark spell because of the light. Is that what I'm getting there? And that I'm sure some people are lost forever, you know, to the darkness. Is that correct? Let's just double check. So is it correct that some people will just be lost forever? Because that's what they've chosen, free will, and they'll never, you know, the light wouldn't be comfortable for them. They've chosen an energy or energies that have become so much a part of themselves that they will never move towards the light. Is that the truth? One more shuffle. Is that the truth? What I just asked for a question about some people just choosing to not rise above the darkness. Well, with the Page of Swords, it's saying that people will wake up. It is saying that a lot of people will wake up here, and their vibrations will come up, and things will shift. So a lot of people have been just so imbalanced. Can you see this? I want you to know what they're saying about, because, you know, they want to remind us, I guess, that nothing's completely hopeless. A lot of people will rise up. They will. Fresh warriors. They've just been so imbalanced under particular illusions, okay? Tricked and under illusions. So with that 3, we should celebrate, because a lot of people will come to the front, you guys. A lot of people will. As they've just been suffering here on the earth plane. They're off balance because of the magician, because of the lies, because of the illusions of what they've been living under, believing as truth. So that's good. That's good. So we do have people still waking up. People on that side of things that will, because not everybody looks all contorted when you start saying the word of God or whatever. So a lot of these people will still come to the front. So they want us to know that. And then I guess, I think they're not answering me because they don't want us placing judgment on people. So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to ask them if I read all of this correctly. As I was reading this, all of this information, was I reading that correctly, please and thank you? One more. How long have I been on here? A little while. I can't see it. I need new glasses so badly. Yes, I read all of this correctly. And they want us to know that's my lovers. And that is, you know, the heavens overseeing us. And that is that love vibration. And that is the ability to see the deception. And they are telling us that other people are going to wake up. So rejoice. These people were off balance because of the illusions and the lies that were being done to them, right? So yes, you know, stay here in faith. Know that things are shifting. And then, sadly, we got that, yes, people were being very influenced. So I just want to say this. I asked a simple question. I'm not going to place judgment. I don't think the people in this, on this channel are going to just be all judgy. In fact, we'd probably be sending more love to these people, knowing that they need it the most. But some of these people that have been being influenced by dark energies and entities, as the earth heals and as people's vibrations lift, and as things do shift, will some of the people that are being influenced by dark entities or energies, will they remain in that low state of being where they're still being manipulated by these dark energies and entities? Will some people remain there? Oh, I'm making a mess. One more shuffle. I can do better than that. There we go. Now we'll cut them. Put them back together. Get a sip of my coffee. Some people will remain there. Those energies came in. They've taken over the crown. And they love the beast. So that's funny because that reminds me of a meme somebody I knew or used to be friends with put up a long time ago about it was a meme. It was about the emotionally people who were really struggling emotionally with old trauma that was horrific, right? And it was something about loving their demons because the demons were the ones that had been with them all along. You know, because the demons are the ones that will encourage you to fight. If you're angry, no one can hurt you. I mean, all of these, do you know what I'm saying? Don't trust people, they can't hurt you. Like, they're the ones that it almost feels like comforting during these horrific, it's easy to be influenced by, you know, those lower vibrational energies when you're in that place of severe trauma, especially if you're a young soul and you haven't been shown or been taught how to, like, you know, ask the universe and God and guides and the ascended masters, Jesus and those people to come in and help you and guide you and heal you and sort of surrender to the heavens rather than succumb to what's here on earth, right? So I remember feeling very touched by that meme because it spoke deeply to me. I can understand where that type of attachment would come from. It just spoke deeply to me. So that makes sense that some would embrace these energies because to them it would be their strength to them, right? And so some will just stay there and stay there being guided by those energies, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's been probably happening this way forever, and it's just how it is. But we can always, you know, send extra love and hope that as many are able to, like, wash clean, open the crowns, lift their vibration, and start with some nice fresh energy, like the story that we got. Rejoice, because that will happen. All right, you guys, so there's that. Anyway, so let's take a look at Obama. So there's a lot happening on the world stage. The stories coming out into the news that the Russia collusion hoax was indeed a hoax. There's proof of it. John Trump, the person that we see as the president on the world stage, has been putting out things on social media really hinting to the fact that these people are going to be locked up. We know that we've already seen first arrests and things like that. We, you know, look at what we've seen with President Trump, right? So, and Diddy and judges and things. So I want to word this correctly. Please and thank you. Give me a true story. Let me get another sip of my coffee while it's hot. I know that Barack, the person that we see on the world stage as the former president, Barack Obama, I know that he technically would not be the first arrest of, like, bigwigs. But he might be the first arrest that had an impact on people, a huge impact. Like, this could be very, very impactful. If former President Barack Obama were arrested for crimes of treason. And it would have been under his watch that this Russia collusion hoax bloomed and came into being. Therefore, even though we have other people very highly involved in the hoax, he was at the time the standing president on the world stage at the time that this hoax was thought up and dropped and played out in the public on the American people and on a duly elected president, what we call a duly elected president of the United States. So we want to know if in this situation regarding the treason and all of that, if he is going to be the first person within the group of people that came together to create this hoax, if he will be the first person arrested, which only makes sense because he was the president of the United States and he was literally going against the people of the United States' wishes when he was trying to overthrow a duly elected president. And that's treason. And as the president of the United States at the time, that's a pretty big deal. And so I want to know a true story, please and thank you. Well, with one card, will, on the world stage, will he be shown as the first arrest regarding that situation? Please and thank you. One more shuffle. Let's see what we get. Eight. Well, isn't this interesting? They want to tell us that he's already bound, you guys. He's already bound. Let him talk. Let's let him talk. So moving forward, justice is going to come in. Ooh, there's going to be a lot of chaos around this. Wow. They want us to, they're telling us things are going to get bumpy. So if you think that this is all just going to play out in one smooth fail swoop, it's not. So what I'm getting here in regards to Barack Obama, he's already bound, okay? Barack Obama's already been taken care of. So they're warning us there's a lot of chaos to come around this whole Barack Obama and team thing. There's infighting that's coming where this group of people are fighting amongst themselves, whether we know it or not, because there's something more that's going to be brought into awareness around human suffering. So it's not just going to be, it's not just going to be the Russia collusion stuff when it comes to Barack Obama. It's not. It's going to be, moving forward, it's going to be showing that he created fighting where it shouldn't have been. It's going to be, this is just crazy. With the moving forward card, it's going to show intentions, things that they focused on to create human suffering and suffering of children. So justice is coming because of these children. Justice is coming because of these kids. And moving forward, we're going to see the intentions that these people, who would be Barack Obama, his intentions to create fighting, so that would be amongst the people, division, because this isn't in war, this is amongst the people. His intentions to create chaos and division amongst the people, and his intentions to create harm to humanity, and his intentions towards children and boys. And justice is moving in. As we move forward, justice is moving in to expose all of this, you guys. But he's already held. Very interesting. They want us to know this. So, did I read this? Did I read this the way, as best as, did I deliver this message correctly in the way that you intended me to deliver it? Please and thank you. They want us to know that. One more shuffle. Please and thank you. Did I deliver this message the way that you intended me to deliver the message? Please and thank you. Yes, I did. I delivered that to you the way that they wanted me to, and they answered me with that Trump card. So I would say Trump has probably been handling him. He may have already even been, Trump may have already been kind of handling him when he was still in presidency, because they show he's bound here. So let me just get a couple more cards around the binding and Trump. I ask a question and my guides are like, no, we're going to talk about this. There's stuff to be talked about here. I like that though, because I like that. It helps us to know what questions to ask and what path to move forward on. So a couple more cards. Yeah. Around him being bound. He's being held. He's been held. It's a Trump victory. It was a Trump victory. Part of the war. So yeah, part of the war. We've already been victorious over this guy, and they want us to know that. Thank you very much. Thank you for the information. He's already been held. He's already been bound. It's a Trump victory. Yeah. So there we go. So he was already dealt with. So thank you very much for the information. I remembered getting that he was dealt with before, a long time ago. So now that you've told us that piece of the story, what we want to know, we understood that really, but I guess what you were trying to get us to understand is that when it comes time for Barry publicly, there's going to be a whole boatload of information that comes out around him kind of all at once. Is that what you're saying? There's going to be a whole bunch of different information that's released about the person that the world views as former President Barack Obama. There's going to be a lot released around him. Is that correct? Not just the Russia collusion hoax, but a lot of stuff coming out around him. Is that correct? Yeah, a lot of stuff is a lot of dark stuff is coming out around him, you guys. A lot of dark stuff. They're giving us the old dark. And there's a big surprise there as far as Barack Obama goes. Big surprise there. And so, because you're wanting us to know that, is that because there are so many people that have Trump derangement syndrome that would not believe, because it was just based around the Russia collusion hoax and a coup to overtake the duly elected president, they wouldn't buy that because they have Trump derangement syndrome so badly that they would denounce that. So a lot of things will come out about this man so that people, even the people with Trump derangement syndrome, will start to understand the person that they all call the former president Barack Obama, so that they will fully understand really what this guy was all about and all of the dirty deeds that he was really all about, so that they can really start to comprehend what has actually been done to our country. Is that why all of these things will come flowing out around Barack? Please and thank you. With one card, please and thank you. They want to talk, so I'm going to let them. What I'm getting here is he was caught in a trap, you guys. Okay, so he a lot's going to come out around him. He was caught in a trap. It was a victory. He was caught doing something. There was something that they trapped him in. And this is a victory. Okay, and so they walked him away, and they have allowed people to kind of fight amongst themselves and create particular chaotic situations that will eventually expose all of the nasty things that this person did. And so they're telling us it's much more complicated than just exposing things, but that we need to stay focused on the fact that it's been taken care of and victorious. They're telling us it's really complicated. How this is going to roll out is very different than what we may think, you guys. Let me take a drink of my coffee. So am I reading what you're putting down? Am I picking up on what you're laying down here? It's much more complicated. There's going to be a lot of stuff exposed about Barry. It's going to be a lot of stuff exposed. There's a trap set. He was walked away. This is a victory. This is a victory. And then trap set, he was walked away. And then because of these traps, all of this ugly stuff is able to come up from the surface with this death. Because death always exposes the ugly stuff. And it's showing here that there's a lot of ugly stuff that will be exposed. And there's a big surprise coming. It's also saying in this card, some good things will be exposed. So he did do some good things because there are some good things in there that will be exposed. But a lot of dark things. We should be we should feel victorious because this is a victory. And then this trap and him walking away was victorious in creating a situation of like infighting that also creates a situation of more of the ugly truth being shown via death touching it. And that was the victory, for death to come in and show it all through this trap and walking him away and creating the chaos. So there's a lot to come around the former president, Barack Obama, you guys. They're saying this is much more complicated than you might think. Okay? And am I getting this correct? Please and thank you. There's a lot to come here, you guys. Am I reading this correctly? Please and thank you. And there's a big surprise coming about him. A big surprise, you guys. Something that has not been revealed yet. And if it hasn't been revealed yet, we probably don't know about it, haven't thought about it, haven't been exposed to it. There's something that we don't know yet to come. So am I reading this all correctly, please and thank you. I'm reading this correctly with the with the Empress, the great healer. Rejoice, rejoice. It's saying there's shit to come. They're not going to tell you that he's going to be the first arrest, because it looks to me as though, well, like I said, there's a lot of things that have to unfold and a big surprise that's going to come out around him before they do this public arrest, okay? So there's a lot to come around this man, and we want to watch for other things. As the energy stands right now today, it's not just going to be the Russia collusion hoax. It's going to be a bunch of other shit that comes with this. Made public knowledge, you guys, so that people will accept the truth about him. There has to be a lot of exposure. It can't just be the Russia collusion stuff. So we have to watch for other things to come out. And I'm just going to ask this. I'm just going to ask. So just because I'm nosy, would it happen to be through the person that we see as Hillary Clinton on the world stage? Will there be some of this information about former President Barack Obama that comes out via information that either Hillary gives or that that spills out about Hillary that also leads to Obama. I just want to know, please and thanks. Just because I want to know. Because I'm being nosy and curious. I just want to know. Please and thank you. Yeah. It's going to be some stuff around Hillary that comes out that's going to play into even more, right? Because we already know about the collusion, but then there's all that other stuff that we know, and that's all got to come out. And so there's going to be more Hillary ties to it. So with that being said, you guys, let me get another sip of my coffee. Let's just end this with one question. So will he be the first arrest that really shocks the world? Will former President Barack Obama, who we all look at as former President Barack Obama on the world stage, is he going to be that first arrest that shocks people? That truly, truly shocks people? Is that the case? Please and thank you. Will that be the first arrest that really shocks people, where people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe this, and just sort of in awe of it all? Is that how he will be the first arrest that is shocking to people? Please and thanks. Yeah, yes. He's going to be the first arrest that is shocking to people. An abundance of people will be shocked, because the king always brings abundance, right? So that would be an answer of an abundance of people will be shocked. And I'm sure that's because so many people loved him. And, you know, everyone can say, oh, that's just a made-up statistic or whatever. Okay, we can say that if we want to. But I know an awful lot of people that loved him, that really loved Barack. And that, you know, voted for him both times. And that prayed that he would get in. And that said if they could vote for him a third time, they would. I mean, so the puppy is upset. So yeah, he's going to be the first arrest that shocks people. But if you're looking for him to be arrested all of a sudden or coming up fast, it looks like a lot of other stuff is going to have to come up and spill over around him. It can't just be about a coup to take down a duly elected president for people to really comprehend the depth of what was going on with him and believe it. They wouldn't believe that on its own. They're going to have to see a lot of other ugliness about him, and there is something that's going to come as quite a surprise about him. So anyway, that's what I'm getting, you guys. So they've given us quite a story about Barack Obama. And obviously, I've got to say this, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. you know, there's no intention of harming anyone ever. And that's just the truth. This channel has no intention of harming anyone ever. This channel is about lifting vibration, coming together, supporting one another, you know, healing, and just trying to figure it all out together and supporting one another. So anyway, that's what I'm getting, you guys. That is what I'm getting. And take from it what you will and toss the rest, I guess. But that's what I'm getting. So I would say don't look for anything to happen. Boom, boom, boom. I know it's feeling like things are coming up, but there's going to be a lot more that comes out and spills over before you see anything like that. But they told us, once again, he's already been taken care of. Like, that's taken care of. But it's not ready to be seen because there's a lot more that has to spill out before you would see that. But his arrest is the one that will be like shocking an abundance of people. So I know a lot of people would like to see Fauci get arrested first, and you know, his arrest won't shock as many people as Obama's. Obama's arrest would shock many more people than the Fauci arrest or whatever. So that's what I'm getting, at least, you guys. So take what you want from it, take what resonates, and toss the rest. But until next time, I love you all very much. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Stay in that love vibration. Keep filling yourself with it, sending it into the earth, sending it out to everything and everyone upon the earth, and out into the ethers, and then see yourself filled with it again. And just keep lifting your vibration, keep connecting, keep staying in a place of strength and courage and discernment, and know that we've got this. And yeah, until next time, I love you, and I'll see you later. All right, bye-bye.